What up, people? I've been misrepresented, so I'm making a video in response. Now, to be fair, I'm not petty enough to, in reality, to care about if somebody misrepresented what I've said in a video that gets like 8 views. However, I think it does make interesting content, so let's see what my brother said that I allegedly have said before.
My brother thought I would be closer to 30. Yeah, this is what I want to say. It's not. It's 24, and I've weighed actually.
So okay, let's give you a little bit of context here. I only took that one clip. He had an in-body fat measurement, body fat measurement, which let's immediately add the disclaimer there, like in-body is not accurate by any means. However, the 24% measurement that he got sounds fair enough, sounds realistic, probably not too far off. And he's alleging that I've claimed in the past that he was closer to 30%. Now, during this video, he also establishes that he's exactly 100 kilograms heavy. So, okay. Let's see. I actually went to and looked back at the chats, and I did indeed claim that he had 30% body fat here. And let's see what he responded to it. Let's listen. It's in Finnish. I'm gonna have to translate it, but just for thoroughness sake, I'm gonna listen to it.
Mikä toi 30 juttua? Ei mulla ole mikään 30. Se arvioi se alivalta, että mulla olisi joku 15 paikkeilla.
So okay, now he's somebody named Alivalta, according to him, is claimed that he had 15% body fat. But let's see the date of these messages. Let's scroll up. See, 20th of October, 2024. Now let's look at his own weight tracking here. 21st of October, 109 kilograms. So I fully stand behind what I said before. He probably had about 30% at the time when I said that he would have. Like if we start with an assumption that the in-body measurement is actually right on the money, it's exactly accurate. It does not contradict my claim that he was 30% at 110 kilograms whatsoever. It's entirely realistic that he was 30% and then cut down to 24%. Because he did he cut 10 kilos of weight. So let's see what he looks like at 24%. There's a picture here where he did show it. If I can just only find it here. Can I even see there? So this is a recent picture of him.
There is no back.
It's a recent picture, and it looks pretty feasible to be 24%. But I am gonna inclined to think that it's actually a little bit higher still than 24%. But yeah, it does not contradict whatsoever what I said before. But I do think that. So he in the video he describes how he's been training, doing more lifting. So again, he's probably recomped from the standard 110 to 100 kilos. He's probably added muscle, while he lost some like multiple kilos of fat too. So it's like. It's pretty like feasible that he was around 30% at 110 kilos. So I think my measurement, my assessment is like was completely on the money. Furthermore, it shows that I've been like very close to the truth in my assessments all along, because I've used the 75 kilograms of muscle for him as the number, like 75 kilos lean mass for him. Which is this one number here, 75 kilo lean mass. I've used this for calculations about him frequently already, all along our conversation. But he wouldn't believe it. He wouldn't believe that he's just had 75 kilos of lean mass. To be fair, which is it's a good lean mass. I mean, look at it. The reference range ends at 69. So it's good. Even assessed it like it's a good. But again. I did the calculation. He claimed always that when he did the in-body in videos, he also brought it up that when he did the home measurement with the Omron here.
0.5
He claimed he always had sub 10% body fat because this machine gave it a measurement. And I always assessed from his pictures that he was at lowest 15%. And now when I did the calculation with the 75 kilogram muscle mass, to be 10% body fat, or rather 90% fat-free mass, you would have to be 83.8 kilos. He was not that small at the time. And that is if you keep all the muscle that you have now while you lose another 17 kilos of weight, which is a challenge in and of itself. Like, I think losing a few kilos of weight, cutting weight without losing any muscle, it's very feasible to do. But losing 17 kilos and not actually losing any muscle, like, I don't know. You either have to be a beginner who actually like recompositions, but you know if you have any like good strength and good muscle mass, then you probably are gonna lose at least some muscle on the way, because it's just a long time, you know, that you have to cut weight. Like, even if you're cutting 4 kilos a month, it still takes nearly half a year, over a third a year. So yeah, I mean, even if you keep all the muscle, 75 kilos of muscle that you have, the lean mass, even then you will have to cut down all the way down to 83.8 kilos before you are at 10%. So I mean, again, it all proves that everything that we've been arguing about this for years, but all along I've been completely correct about the whole thing. It's even though he's trying to claim like, oh, he was wrong because he said I was 30%, but then I was still right. I was still right because you were heavier then. You were 10 kilos heavier and you had not like trained as hard at the time. So you probably had less muscle mass too. Everything's being pretty much on the money for me. And yeah, so from here, if he wants to hit like so the way the calculation is done, like we use the muscle mass. If he hits 90 kilograms, he'll still be like, even if he keeps all the muscle, he'll still be like 16.7% body fat. Like he has to go under 90 to reach even 15%. So again, it seems to support that my assessment that it was around 15% when you know, when he was young and I achieved that supposed sub 10%. It supports that perfectly. Like everything, the numbers line up perfectly. But yeah, I'm not going to speculate any further about it. I think what did I wanted to say something else to so yeah, there's some pictures here where from when he was younger.
Picture where you get definition. What we are
like,
after.
he looks always kind of soft in these pictures. So this is probably the leanest picture he has, which is like you see from his reaction, like he thinks he's skinny already. But you know, this might be around 15%. Might be, I don't know. I mean, kind of inclined to think that it's a little bit over actually. And you know, there's still the caveat at the end that it's just an in-body measurement, so it could be still wrong. Like, I don't think him being like 26% now is like completely unrealistic. 26, 27, which would obviously like, and you know, have kilogram less of muscle man, like muscle mass. That's like feasible, and you know, you could also lose muscle mass on the way. So you know, it might actually take him like down to 87 kilos to reach the 15 even. And okay, this would definitely be 80 flat would definitely be like sub 10, but provided he doesn't lose more than a kilo of muscle. But yeah, 82 will get you to 10% for sure. 82, 83. You know, it's a numbers game. Like, you gotta remember, like, what is body fat percentage? It's a percentage of your body mass that's fat. So it's always like linear. Like, once you know the lean mass or your absolute fat mass, you can play with the numbers, and then you'll figure out like where is the weight limits actually go. But obviously you don't know exactly what's going on in your body. Like, how much muscle are you losing? How much how much of it is fat and how much muscle. Ideally, you want to lose all fat, but is life gonna be perfect? No, it's not. It's not gonna be perfect. You are probably, unless you absolutely nail the process, you're gonna probably lose some muscle, but that's okay. You'll gain it back quickly at the next bulk. Similarly, like when you bulk, you always don't gain just muscle. You gain, like I think it's about half and half ideally, half muscle, half fat. So you're always playing that game where you're going up and down, and you're not exactly knowing where you are, but visuals. I mean, this really indicates my idea that the visual assessment is just as good as any measurement. Like my measurements, my visual assessments agree perfectly with the in-body measurement. So it's like once you do this long enough, you develop an eye for it. And obviously, everybody has different kind of bodies that you will know only where your body fat tends to go. Like I have similar genetics that my body fat is primarily in the middle. So I have to go to a lower body fat person than some people would to have 6-packs or whatever 4-pack. I don't have real 6-packs because the lower abs are not shaped like that. But whatever, Either way, like you learn where your body where your fat distribution is, and then you learn to visually assess where the body fat percentages are. Now, obviously, it takes some. It takes playing with the numbers to understanding the numbers, and it takes experienced eye to actually see it. But it's just as good as any measurement. But obviously it's nice. It's nice to have a measurement, but it's really more like just comparing itself. Like you can't trust that. Oh, now I have 24% body fat because in-body measurement said so. They're obviously gonna say that our measurement is just as good as any other measurement because they are selling that measurement. So they're gonna be biased. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else to say. Like obviously he has good muscle mass, but it's a different matter keeping all that muscle mass when you're going down to sub 15. Sub 10%, which now obviously I think we can bury that conversation. Like he was never sub 10%. He was probably never even sub 15, to be honest. I don't know. 15. He might have been 15. I'm not gonna say that as definitely he wasn't sub 15. He might have been sub 15, but he was high, 14, 15 at the lowest. He was definitely not any lower than that. And yeah, I think this picture here.
97 kilos. Little bit. I'm not using
this picture there.
PEDs. This is this person who is not used.
Looks pretty lean here, but he's not. I don't think he's flexing here. So it's a reasonable picture based because of this. So, but still soft. It's okay. I mean, it's obviously I wouldn't this. I wouldn't call this is in that 15 to 18% range where I'm I don't care. I wouldn't go after the guy oh you're too fat. Even though I do believe that over 14% is already over fat. I was still it's people are gonna push back against that too strong, and I'm whatever negatives you get at 15 to 18, they're so negligible that. Whatever. Just if you feel good there, fine, be there. And obviously, I would still call you a fit guy if you're at that percent range. But at 25, you're definitely over fat. 24, and 30 as he was then. Like I said, we established it was in October 2024, which according to his own weight report is 109 kilograms. So yeah, I don't know. There's no further conversation to be had about that. I was right about basically everything, and but he misrepresents me. I claimed that you lose 10 kilos and lift weights, you'd be 30% still. I never said such a thing. Obviously, if he cuts down 10 kilos, he's gonna have a significantly lower body fat than he had at 110 kilograms or 109 as it was. So, yeah. But I mean, the 25 is it's. I think I've always like assessed him to be around mid-20s if he's not at his like most fat range. This I've always assessed to be around 15%, and yeah, everything's consistent so far. Like nothing's like he kind of says it like he's debunked something that I've said, but no, he didn't debunk anything. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you have some of your own thoughts about the matter, and maybe I'll get back to it if that's the if I keep getting misrepresented so cruelly. Anyway, see you next time.
Any drugs? I'm not using.